What if I told you that one of the poorest countries in the world has, in just 2 years, openly defied Western power, and instead of collapsing, has actually grown stronger? Burkina Faso. A country that for decades was ignored, exploited, and controlled. But today, everything is changing. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why Burkina Faso is becoming dangerously successful, and why almost no one is saying this out loud. Background. What Burkina Faso used to be. For years, Burkina Faso was known as poor, unstable, and dependent on foreign aid. It became a textbook example of a country that received help but never truly developed. And there's a reason for that. Aid is rarely free. For decades, Burkina Faso's economy and security were shaped, some would say controlled, by foreign powers. Resources left the country. Real value did not. Violence increased. Trust in government collapsed. Until 2022. The turning point. In 2022, something happened that immediately alarmed the West. A young military leader took power. Not with polished speeches, not with diplomatic language, but with a single message: Burkina Faso will decide its own future. Foreign military partnerships were cut. Old power structures were dismantled. And for the first time in years, a large part of the population felt represented. But here's the part few expected. What actually changed? Instead of relying on foreign aid, Burkina Faso took a radical approach: self-investment. Roads were built. Local agriculture was prioritized. Domestic production was protected. Was it perfect? No. Was it risky? Absolutely. But it was different. And while foreign media predicted economic collapse, the opposite began to happen. The state regained control over key resources. National identity strengthened. And most importantly, public support increased. Why this makes the West nervous? This story isn't really about Burkina Faso. It's about precedent. Because what happens when other countries see that breaking away is possible, that sanctions don't always work, that internal legitimacy can outweigh external pressure? That's dangerous for systems built on influence. Not because Burkina Faso is perfect, but because it proves alternatives exist. The risks ahead, let's be honest. This path is extremely risky. Economic isolation, internal power struggles, ongoing security threats. One wrong move could collapse everything. But for many Burkinabe citizens, this feels like their first real chance to succeed, or fail, on their own terms. Conclusion: Burkina Faso is not a success story. Not yet. But it is something far more rare. A country refusing to keep following the same script. And the real question isn't, will Burkina Faso win? The real question is, what happens if it does? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more geopolitical breakdowns like this, subscribe to Pan Africa News Scope for verified Africa.